Alright, welcome to the finale of my Trivium marathon over here. With the recent release of What the Dead Men Say, their 9th album, which I've been listening to non-stop just so I can figure out where it's going to be on this list. So, we're going to be ranking all the albums. So, without further ado, let's get started. Coming in at number 9 is Ember to Inferno. Now, I'm not sure if you've been watching all my reviews up to this point, so I'll just briefly say what I've said in the previous reviews. Ember just has that first album stigma where you can tell they were really young. I mean, Matt could barely sing, the production was pretty weak, and overall, I don't really remember the songs all too well. The only exceptions are Requiem, Ember to Inferno, and To Burn the Eye. Those songs I think are phenomenal, but other than that, this is definitely the album I'm least likely to revisit. Vengeance Falls is unfortunate because this was the first album that I was hyped for. I started listening to them only a year before this came out, and I was all over it when it dropped. But after the years went on, I just slowly started to remember it less and less. And I think the lyrics are easily the high point on this album. Tracks like No Way to Heal, Strife, and Villainy Thrives I come back to occasionally, but yeah, you can seriously feel the influence David Draymond had on them. Silence in the Snow I think is just barely superior to Vengeance Falls. The drumming may be a super downgrade from Nick, the absence of screams is disappointing, and the simplistic songs also might be a turnoff for some. But I think it's much more consistent than Vengeance Falls. Not to mention, I really love a lot of songs on this, like Pull Me From the Void, Rise Above the Tides, Cease All Your Fire, and The Darkness of My Mind. There's just so much more melody to this one that I really don't think it deserves all the hate that it gets. The Crusade I know a lot of fans don't get down with, not to mention the band themselves, but there are a lot of tracks on here that I think are excellent on this. Songs like Entrance of the Conflagration, Becoming the Dragon, and of course the title one. Sure, it's mostly a thrash album, but thrash is kind of my roots, so I can totally get down with that. There are only a few songs that I don't care for in this one, Contempt Brings Contamination, This World Can't Tear Us Apart, and of course The Rising, but overall, I think this is a pretty solid album in my book. Yes, that's right. The all-time classic Trivium album, Ascendancy, is only at number 5 for me. Look, there is no denying what an incredible record this is. I mean, out of all 14 tracks, there's only 2 that I really don't care for too much, that being Declaration and Departure. Tracks like Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr, The Deceived, Like Light to the Flies, I mean, they're all great tracks. The thing is, from this point on, I absolutely love every single album, so trying to rank these is like trying to rank your favorite kids. At least I think. I don't have any kids, but I imagine it would be pretty hard. Now this one actually really pains me to put here. I mean, these next 3 are so damn close, they're like decimals apart. But yeah, Sin in the Sentence is an absolutely fantastic record, with several amazing tracks. I guess it's at number 4 because not 100% of it is great to me. There are some low moments like Endless Nights, Beauty and the Sorrow, and a little bit of Beyond Oblivion, and so on. Although there are some damn good songs like Betrayer and Thrown into the Fire, I just prefer the other ones at this point. What the dead men say, it's just between... Brand new, but What the Dead Men Say is sitting at number 3. I mean, it hasn't settled on me yet, but it'll probably take a while to do that. So by the time the 10th album comes out, its spot may change, but yeah, wow. Honestly, there isn't a single track I don't like on here. They may not be all my favorites, but I think they're all at least a B-. There are so many riffs and so many drum fills on here that it's going to take me a while before I memorize the album, enough so that I can air drum them in my car. The only problem is that it is the shortest album they've done so far, so the other albums just have a little bit more to them. But what we got is damn good. In Waves is just an excellent album. I think every single song on the base album, minus Chaos Reigns, is perfect. I just love all these songs on this damn album. You know, Title 1, Inception of the End, Dust Dismantled, Watch the World Burn, Black, A Skyline Severance, Built to Fall, Cause of Guard, The Tides of Bind, Forcing Not to Dream, all these yesterdays. I fucking love every goddamn song on this thing. I don't give a shit. Except Chaos Reigns, again. Now some of the bonus stuff is pretty hit or miss, but bonus doesn't detract from the actual album. And Nick was a damn good player. I don't care what some of you diehard Travis fans think. But at number 1, you knew it was coming. Of course, it's Shogun. I mean, wow, what can you say about this album? It's the most progressive, it's the best production, it's the best themes, and it's home to the band's masterpiece, which is the title track. This is the record that essentially made me like growled vocals with Down From the Sky. So I have a little bit of soft spot for it, but it doesn't change the fact that every single riff, every drum hit, and every weird picking pattern on this album is excellent. So that's why it comes in at number 1. So anyways, thanks for checking out the video. This concludes my Trivium marathon over here. It was a lot of fun despite the fact that my camera destroyed all my videos for most of my album reviews. But it's time to move on to something else now. So until a few years from now when album number 10 comes out, take it easy, Trivium. I'll keep listening to you in the meantime. Probably have some covers up at some point. But yeah, that's it for me. Take care, guys.